You want to know what happens in the lives of people you watch daily? All while getting inspiration, education, comedy, and entertainment.
You only get one of these lives.
One.
So you have to just kind of jump out there.
This is a show for game changers, entertainers, artists, actors, entrepreneurs.
Like marketing, being first, being early.
Join conversations with your host, Elo, on All Out Necessity. Watch every Thursday night on YouTube and listen on iHeartMedia, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.
Hello guys, this is Elo. I'm back with All Out Necessity. I hope you guys have missed me. I have missed you guys. I have missed being on the show, okay? But we have all new guests, as always. Listen, entertaining, relationships, everything about life is what you're gonna get. So tonight we have Arnstar.
Yeah.
How are you, brother?
I am amazing. It's 2022. It's all about the twos. It's all about doubling up your energy.
Oh, I hear that. Yeah.
Tripling up because it's 3 twos in there. So quantum leap. Yeah, I'm just excited for all the energy that's getting ready to just course through all of our veins. Everybody that's been focused, yourself, me.
Yeah.
It's winning season.
It sure is. All we do is win.
That's a fact.
Yes.
T-Pain
So what
voice.
brings you down from Harlem, New York to Atlanta?
Well, Atlanta has probably been one of the major cities that I haven't put my thumbprint on just yet.
Okay.
I mean, I've come in and out a couple days at a time, but never really actually stayed long enough to really get a pulse.
Yeah.
So I'm setting that up now, and then I'm coming back, and I'm gonna really put my energy into the field of Atlanta and find out what stones I haven't uncovered.
It's a lot of
just yet.
stones. It's a lot
Feel
of
me?
Atlanta is the place for music and entertainment and movies, everything. So yeah, well, we definitely welcome you. You know I do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
From our first conversation almost 3 years ago, it probably was a little bit over 3 years ago.
Wow, that was fast.
I know. You took me to some vegan
Champs
spot.
Champs Diner.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, for sure.
that was fire too. I think I just discovered that myself during that time. Now that's one of my favorite spots to go because it's just consistent.
Yeah, for sure. One of the things I know that the difference, I was an editor for YV Media at the time. And when I approached you, it was mainly for me to attempt to get an interview, just to write an article. And when we got there, the energy just changed. It was just like, why am I here?
Wow.
Because we were really just having a great time talking about life and purpose and goals and spirituality and everything. So that just kind of opened up a whole new relationship. Because ever since then, we've been really, really good friends. Like, it's just not been a time where I had, needed something from you or had to call on you and you said no. It's like, whatever you need, sis. So, and then your album release party, that was so dope. Oh my God.
On my birthday.
On your birthday, yeah.
And you pulled up. You came from out of town. Like, that to me is new. Maybe I'm getting to that point where I'm touching people where they like, yo, I won't miss it. I won't be it. So shout out to you for stretching that boundary in my mind, because to me, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll party with the locals and we're gonna have a good time and everybody gonna be good. But you and shout out brother Reza Islam, both of y'all flew in. He flew in from Cali and you flew in from Atlanta. That both touched my heart because I haven't had that happen just yet. People make me a priority like that, especially for my birthday. So that's dope.
Yes. Well, remember what happened. You were doing an interview for my radio show, and it was suggested that you have an album release by a young lady.
That's right.
And so I was like,
wow.
If you have it, I will come.
Yes, you definitely planted that seed as well. We're going to set the record straight right now. Hold on, let me get my wildin' out version of myself. Get my little comedian, because I'm an entertainer. I rap, I sing, I act. Here's the comedian part. If it wasn't for her, Miss Elo, you're going to get it right. I would have not put an album release together with the surety. I had the idea, but you put the battery in my back for sure. And you held me accountable for it, putting it on record.
Yeah.
And so we put it together, and I was like, it's a perfect time to drop an album right on the day of my birth. What could I do to give back to the people who've been given to me?
Absolutely.
So thank you for that.
You're
Wow,
welcome. No,
that's
thank
what's up.
you. I mean, the project was bomb, still is. I mean, you know my favorite song, Chi.
Oh yeah, it's lit, and we got visuals coming too. So
Ooh,
we didn't even drop no visual. Oh, one, we out of here featuring
Yes,
Lil
we
Mama.
out of here. That one was dope. I
Thank you.
really loved the visuals for that.
Thank you.
Especially in Beverly Hills, it was beautiful.
Yes,
It was a lighter, like light layers. It was just a lighter feel. It just like, you know, you're enjoying life.
yes.
So yeah, that was dope.
And I've never saw a video with Beverly Hills with the backdrop. Like I haven't seen, like, the closest thing is Beverly Hills Cop, and that's not a video. That's like a
true.
movie.
The movie, yeah.
Feel me? But
yeah.
Beverly Hills is like heavily, if you think about it, it's heavily protected as far as like what you can see in it. You got to actually go experience it, which is good, because I guess that's what makes people keep coming. But I was like, no, we shooting this here,
Yeah,
real guerrilla style too.
man.
We just had our cameras. I was like, yo, you trust me, sis? She was like, yeah. I was like, all right, trust me, trust my vision. Let's get this.
Yeah.
No one's got Beverly Hills clean, so we got it now.
Oh, look at you making marks. Yes.
feel me?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So you've been on Wildin' Out,
Yes.
season 11.
Season 11.
So how was that experience?
Man, first and foremost, big shout out to Nick Cannon, because he really is a visionary in action. So he's somebody that's like, he'll see something, and because it works, he put it to work.
Yeah.
So me personally, I just feel like I'm a funny person, and that's just what people give me. Like, yo, you make me laugh, you're a funny person, right? I never sought out to do like any stand-up or any comedy, like professional.
Yeah.
So for him to give me a shot to be on Wildin' Out and be like, yo, if you make it through like our workshops, you could be on the show, and I actually make it on the show for an amount of episodes, that was just life-changing for me.
Yeah.
You know, after that it became school,
Oh.
because all the comedians is like, man, these young cats, man, they getting put on from Instagram. They ain't really funny. They ain't really comedy. I'm like, listen, I'm really comedy, but that's just who I am. Like,
Yeah.
as far as technique,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to learn technique. So I became a student, and if I tell the truth on myself, I was slightly intimidated, because I'm like, yo, we on TV and I'm with professionals.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? I'm a, stick and move. Like, I'm gonna get in where I could fit in, and as soon as I could throw a jab, I threw it, and
Yeah.
it landed for the most part.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been told this a lot, but if you have a shot, you better shoot it. Like, do what you gonna do, because that might be your only shot. So yeah, I commend you, because here there's a lot of professional comedians, a lot. And then there's also social media comedians.
Right.
So it is kind of a line to where it's like, ugh, can they really do it?
Yeah.
So it really is education. It really is, you have to put the work in, because you can tell who's put the work in, who's been grinding, because it shows in their work. Like, one that I can speak for, that I watched him before he got famous, was DC Young Fly, when he was just doing his YouTube videos. And then from there to now where he's at, and it's just so fluent, and you can tell that he was born with it. It's just like, it's nothing nobody's telling. He did the work, and it's showing now. So yeah, but yeah, I commend you for that, because everybody trying to get on Wildin' Out.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like, once I seen some of the behind the scenes, I know that anybody who's up there has potential to do something great. Because one thing about me is I'm gonna connect with the room.
Yeah.
And anybody that's really having their experience and not on autopilot, they're gonna see that, like, they're not the only persons that's like active in their space.
Yeah.
So DC Young Fly, Chico Bean, Carlos Miller, Conceited, Charlie Clips, that's like my world. Like, to be funny and to have bars, like, that's a world, you feel me? So I knew that I was there for a reason. I was just like, the only insecure part was like, man, I respect these guys so much, because they put in so much work as far as the comical side. But as far as like rapping and bars and hip hop, I knew I was there. And you know, you can't be too you can't think too highly of yourself when you're around great lights. You want to make sure you just open and humble.
Absolutely.
And so I had so much fun with everybody, even people behind the scenes that you wouldn't know that works on the show. They'll remember me and I'll remember them because I really used up that process.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so now that the world is somewhat opening back up, it seemed like we were gonna draw back again for a minute, but it's opening back up. Have you been out performing?
Here and there.
Okay.
Here and there. I got a song right now that it's called Goat Mode.
Yes.
It's Ty Dre featuring myself, Mo Black, who is a part of Waffle Crew along with me, and another gentleman by the name of Wavy's World.
Okay.
But he goes by Big Dilf. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh my
God. Interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting.
But that's my guy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we've been performing lately. We've been there's been a lot of events happening around the city, slowly opening up. And so we've been, you know, dipping our toes back in the water, but it's been great responses and people actually are ready to be around each other again.
Yeah.
If you are not paying attention to like mainstream media is scary.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have to turn it off. Like there's a certain point where I'm just like looking for something to keep up. But then once I see enough, I'm like, okay, you're not gonna spoil my day today. Let me just get on off because I need to have a great day.
Fact.
Especially with like people passing. Oh my gosh. Betty White going into 2022. Bob Saget, like it's just oh my God. So getting back out there performing, how has it been for Waffle NYC? Just, you know, navigating through, because I still see you guys out there. It's just how much performing and getting out there can you do if a lot of places are not, you know, accepting performances like that?
I would say that everybody is finding their unique niche of still being able to gravitate the energy that is needed for life to continue. Yeah. So if we can't do it in person, which we have, we performed at the Jacob Javits Center. What else did we do? We did a spot for CBS. Okay. For Monday Night Football. Yeah. So we've been finding our niches. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're still getting those calls. And right. As long as everybody's tested and proved to be okay. Of course, New York got the whole mandated thing. Yeah. Which I'm just confused because I'm like, why would y'all want to slow down the progress of the world by making one of the like most busiest channels of a city have to go through such a strain? Yeah. So to me, it's like, let's just make this adjustment real quick. Let's not even let it shake us up too much. And you've been getting called. I've done some campaigns that I can't speak about just yet. Feel me? Just look out for your boy.
Yes, I like that.
You feel? Get ready for the grand reveal in the springtime. But yeah,
that's what's up. You told me it was some big news coming up. So
always, it's always something around the corner. But I'm excited about this one because it just allowed us to make the adjustment that we needed right on time, and that brought us into our new season. And you know, Waffle is going to continue winning. Yeah. You know, we always find our way in. So that's been working out, and we've been internally getting ready for like new endeavors with our business, Waffle NYC LLC. So
okay.
You know what I mean?
Very
just
good.
Being self-efficient. Yes. Not looking for just a partnership, but really going within. Absolutely. And pulling out the business within us.
Absolutely. Okay, so this part of my show is called In the Lab, which is life and balance. So this is where it gets a little bit juicy.
Okay, life and balance. I use lab too, but I use it as Lost American Blacks.
Oh, okay.
When you're looking for your tribe. Some of us is just, you know, we in the lab, we in the matrix. Yeah. But I like this one. Yeah. What does it stand for again?
Life and balance.
Life and balance. I like that. That's a little bit more. Yeah. That's now I got the balance of what lab could be.
Yeah. It's all out necessity.
Yeah, going all out. Let's get it.
Okay, so before I get to a particular part of your love life, I do have a question that I've always had a question about, and actually some people came to me when I reposted this video back when you made it. The Gonna Love Me with
Yes.
Tiana. What was that all about? Because those lyrics were a little juicy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a deep feeler.
Yeah.
Like, as any woman that's ever been with me, she'll let you know, like, I don't just play around. Like, I mean, you get into a space where you are handling life.
Yeah.
You know, so how I write like my life depends on it.
Yeah.
You feel me? So the story is very fictional when it's based on focusing on like the character that Tiana was playing. And if you look at the real video and you look at my version, it's a continuance of
her
video.
Right.
So it was really to play at the character. So big respect to Tiana Taylor for even collabing with Wu-Tang in such a time and really keeping it Harlem and keeping it New York and keeping it real hip hop as far as like just the roots.
Yeah.
You know, that's what inspired me.
Got it.
For real. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what? I can relax on this one. I could be myself.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be a little bit more vulnerable. So I did feel that way about a young lady, but it wasn't Tiana herself. So much respect to her life, her family, you know, all of that is contained. Like, we've never had any type of like actual past. The closest is knowing people that know each other. And then we know each other later on. But just want to clear up anything.
Yeah.
If anybody's been wondering. You
have the picture at the end.
Right.
You've known her for a long time?
Yeah, no, we've known of each other since 2008, 2009.
Okay.
Like, since her first single, Google Me, and
Got it.
been in the same circles, and everybody know each other. It's Harlem.
Yeah.
So everybody know each other, but we've met like after budding of this person has this name, this person has that name, but I never met her on like before us coming out at the same time and things like that. So, but it's always been love. She always treated me like a bro. Like she always broed me. So I mean, I knew that it wouldn't come off differently because I speak to her mom all the time. She's a great energy. She's always by her side, making sure that the family dynamic is strong.
Yeah.
So I tapped in, I sent it to them and everything. So like, you know, it was no weird energy from my end, so I was good. You feel me? I just love that record so much that it moved me.
Yeah.
So I put a lot of my energy into it.
Okay. Well, thanks for clearing that up, because I did have a couple of people DM me. Did he actually? I said, I don't know. I have not asked, but when I get the chance, I will.
It's a good movie. I'm just saying, her video and my video, if you watch it
like
back to back, if you watch Gonna Love Me and you put in Gonna Love Me star mix, even now, just watch her video and watch my video right after. You'd be like, yo, this is a dope.
It was perfectly crafted.
You feel me? I'm that's my mindset though. Like, I love taking things to the next level. Like, I remember when I was younger, I used to call myself the remix king because I always knew where another movie could go. Like,
I see.
where House Party could go now. Or where Space Jam could have went. You know what I mean? Like, I think about stuff like that. So eventually I'll be producing my own film soon. But right now it's coming out in songs.
Okay, cool. So now, your personal love life, how's that going?
Well, your boy is 2022 freshly back on the market.
Arn is in the street.
Hey, listen, I wouldn't say I'm in the street. I would say that, you know, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
Trials, triumphs. You know, and you get to a space where if something doesn't work, you declare that it doesn't work and you figure out what's the next steps right after.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, anything after that is doing too much or not doing enough.
Right.
So for me, I was just like, you know, incredible person, incredible spirit. It's just not there as a whole.
Yeah.
And you can't fool yourself. You can't act like you don't want it to be there.
Yeah.
You want it to be there, it's just not there.
Yeah.
You know, and for me personally, I just felt like I needed more time, more space, more energy to focus on self. So that's pretty much where it comes to a halt for me. But like I said, it was nothing but great energy.
Yeah. For sure.
And learning
for sure.
lessons.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's the key word, lessons.
Oh, for sure.
It's always a lesson.
So much.
Yeah.
Like I paid a lot of attention in my last relationship. Like I said, I was really there. Like I wasn't pastime, you know, wasn't like, oh, this just feels good. It's like, nah, what really needs to take place?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I was paying attention, and I learned a lot. Gave a lot of myself. Feel me? A lot of energy. I said, what it boils down to is I was given 100 when I was on 99. So ultimately I was the negative one.
Got it.
So I realized that if I don't let this person go and be great, I'm gonna eventually pull them back. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that.
For
so.
sure. I mean, I commend you because at least you are aware of what needed to happen. Because a lot of times we, as single individuals, when we try to do relationships and it don't work, we tend to not speak up. We tend to shy away and just kind of do our own thing and let it kind of disseminate on its own.
Wow.
When we should really just be upfront and forward about where we are. It's like, hey, this ain't gonna work. I like you. I even probably love you, but this ain't gonna work for me at this point in my life. Like, if those conversations are had way earlier, way sooner, I think it would be a lot less trauma, a lot less broken hearts, and more respect on both ends. You know, I appreciate you for telling me this. I appreciate you for letting me know you are not ready for what I need and what I want. Like, so I do commend you for that, because that's what's needed. Like, we as women, when it doesn't work out or a guy is not actually feeling us, we don't tend to get the signs right away. So what we expect is a verbal, hey, what's going on? Which is why we say we need to talk. We want you to say what's going on. And for some strange reason, that magically works instead of actions, but that's what it is. It's always just tell me, you know, whether you like me or not. And it's like, I'm showing you I don't care about you, but you still wanna, you know, and that's just how we function until we actually come to a mature state and like, hey, his actions are not matching up with his words. I need to dismiss myself, but that's unfortunately how it happens most times with women. So yeah, I definitely commend you for just even, you know, recognizing who you are and who you needed to be for her, and to just making sure that everything was where it was and it's all good. Like, yeah.
I'm all about unconditional love. Like, that's where it based from. So when somebody gives me that impression, or rather, I would never give somebody that impression that I can only love them from one standpoint.
Got it.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, life is way too short for that, and it's way too bigger than our scope. So if I see you as somebody that I want right next to me and that I know I can love and cherish, then I can also see you as somebody that could be next to me in a different capacity. That where that love is still potent, but it's healthy.
Right.
It's not like selfish, like, oh, I just want you as my girl and that's it. If I can't have you as my girl, you got to get away from me. You got to get out of my vicinity.
Yeah.
I don't play like that. That's not my energy.
Right.
My energy is, it didn't work like this. You know what? We might need some space because we tried, but then when we come back, there may be a position that God wanted us to pay attention to that we wasn't paying attention to.
Absolutely.
You feel me? And so I would never like feel like the person is done, or like, oh, I'm through with you, or you know, you didn't work. It's like, what are you, an object? What are you, a machine? Like, you know what I mean? A toy, something. I'm not here to play with nobody like that. So I start with unconditional love, and I really do look to take time and energy to see where it actually lands. And if it lands in a different space, it's like, I thought she was gonna be over here with me, but I get well, that works. Okay, eventually, and then as time goes by, it's like perfect, because you never know who God may be saving you from, or who God is saving you for. And a lot of times it's us that we gotta deal with. Like, it's us first. And honesty is key for me. Like, if you see me bumping my head on something, tell me I'm bumping my head. Don't sit there and try to act like everything is fine. And it's like, oh, you'll eventually duck. It's like, no, obviously I don't see that something is in my way, and if you can see it, assist me in that.
Right.
So that's how I am. So that's how I look to treat those around me. And
you're rare breed. You're rare breed, because most of us we don't get those conversations until later, and it's too late. No, you can't come back, sir. You can't come back and apologize.
And to be honest, we don't want to admit that we want control over other people.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
The truth is everybody's looking to try to control somebody else if you're not aware that that's not your position to do so.
Yes.
But in a natural human standpoint, every relationship, somebody's looking to have the dynamic of power in it where they dictate the flow.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not up to you. You should be able to dictate to yourself what you will and will not do. And whenever we cross our own boundaries to please somebody else, we play on ourselves.
Yeah.
And we take those risks and we come out with the lessons and the blessings of not ever doing that again or realizing why that doesn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I caught myself trying to control, and I was like, the greatest loving thing I could do is let go at this point.
Absolutely.
Because I'm trying to control something that is not in my control.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the beautiful thing about it. It's like when two people actually come together and it's not a control thing. It's a organic, it's a fluid. It's just, I'm gonna let you be you gonna let me be me, and it works, you know, versus I need you this way or I need you this way. No, I accept you exactly how you are, and we both, you know, just go with it. But haven't found it yet, but it's coming sometime soon, hopefully.
You might have to get in trouble.
I might have to get in trouble.
You might have to get into some trouble to find it.
Oh, of course. It's always, anything great is gonna have some work.
Cause if I'm open, we talking about relationships.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The last real relationship, as far as like commitment and accountability,
Yeah.
I was a teenager. So like, I was all out. This is my wife. I can see her in a dress. Everything fell apart, and I was like, that's it. Ain't nobody gonna get to me. Yeah. It's lit. I'm about to go up. It's time. Oh snap. I'm in my 20s now. I ain't playing with nobody, yo. And so I eventually spoke my life into the way it went. I was like, yo, I'm not getting in no relationship in my 20s. I'll probably start dating at 30. I said that.
Yeah.
And guess what? Even with women that I wanted to be with, I could not be with them because I spoke something over my life and never changed that word.
Yeah.
So power of the tongue.
Right.
And soon as I got in this relationship, I started learning mad things about myself. I was like, oh, I wouldn't even know that if this person wasn't next to me, like holding me accountable.
Yeah.
Just being there, like watching me.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, the longer you stay out of a relationship is the longer you get used to not being in one. And so, you know, deal breakers are your standard.
Yeah.
And you got to go back and look and see what deal breakers shouldn't be deal breakers and what deal breakers should stay deal breakers.
Yeah, I done went through that list like 5-10 times in the last 6 months. Listen, I have a little TikTok fan base, and I talk to them all the time about making sure you are intentional about what you want from a partner, where you're gonna bring, like, pay attention, because if not, you're gonna keep drawing the same type of person, the same type of situations. So yeah, getting all the crazy stuff out of the way. I don't have any more time to be playing. Like, I want to build a legacy. I want to go ahead and just start that future and be like, yeah, we going somewhere. We're gonna be next Jay-Z and Beyonce.
I feel you.
Yeah.
They on you too. I be seeing the posts about the DMs. I'll be like, okay, DM. She getting all the DMs. So you got the options open. Beautiful girl.
Thank you.
Woman at that.
Yeah, thank you.
Queen, Empress, Goddess.
Ooh.
So all of that, you feel me?
Yeah.
So it's there. It really be us.
Yeah.
Because I know it'd be me. I'll be like, up, red flag. It's off the rip.
It's literally.
I'll be like, red flag.
And
damn.
I'm like, the funny part about it, and then I'm going to go to the last thing. The funny part about me is the ordinary. The ordinary does not move me. What gets me is say something that I've never heard anybody say. So if, let's say, all of them, good morning, beautiful, blah, 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 and then you got one over here, you got a big head. That's going to get my attention. Like, why are you paying so much attention to my head? Like, you know, that's going to make me respond versus somebody like, oh my gosh, you are so gorgeous. I know I'm gorgeous. But this joke over here said I got a big head. Why did he say I got a big head? So that starts the conversation of, okay, who are you? Like, what, you know, what's going on? So I'm very, it's unorthodox, but that's what happens with me. It's usually, okay, same. What?
Oh, so you like the mean stuff.
I don't like the mean stuff. I challenge the mean stuff.
Okay.
Because I can roast. So I'm like, yo, what you look like you talking about my head? Like, it gets me engaged into, you know, and then that opens me up to conversation. Because, like, this is the God honest truth. If I could show you my DM, I would, but I can't because I started flirting back too. But I just had a fella of the Caucasian persuasion jump in my DM. And all he said was, what's going on with the wild child this week? And I was like, I'm not wild, I'm an angel. You know, like that's the stuff that makes me like, what is he talking about? I'm not wild. Let me set him straight. I'm not wild, but I don't know. So yeah, that's
unconventional approaches. Unconventional approaches.
Yeah.
I like that. You also gotta be careful what you react to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What you respond to.
For sure.
You know, certain things start out like, you know, schoolyard. Oh, he's being mean because he likes.
Oh yeah.
But as an adult,
there was one that happened similarly that way, but he wasn't ready for my energy once we started dating. So it was like, oh, I can't be what you want me to be. And it's like, I ain't asking you to be in no relationship. Like, we were cool, we were having fun. I think what happened was he got sucked in and withdrew because he felt way more than what he expected. So it was like, oh, I can't get caught in this. I don't need no relationship right now. And I respect that, but at the same time, he didn't tell me that. So he just withdrew. And it was like, you a grown man. Why are you responding like this? Have a conversation like, yo, you know, we spend a lot of time together. I got to get my mind right because I'm still out here in the streets. I really like you, but I really like my life. And, you know, those type of conversations. But yeah, it was a good minute that we spent time together, and literally he almost had a second address. And once it got to that point, it was like, oh, I can't do this. She got me doing like, and it wasn't me asking, it was just you doing everything that you felt you needed to do to keep my attention, and because we were having a great time. So I was like, okay, well, ain't no pressure on me, ain't no pressure on you. Do your thing, I do my thing. But it was like he didn't want me to do my thing outside of what we were doing. So
it sounds like control again.
Yeah,
it sounds like control
for sure.
And the funny thing is, control comes when communication lacks. When communication lacks, it goes to let me do something to make this person feel like they want to do this for me.
Yeah.
At least that's, as a man, I've noticed that women have such a great way of suggesting or precognitively programming without the man even being aware. And me, I'm such an awareness, like communication is my thing. Like that's what I study when I'm not doing entertainment. I study communication through spirituality, through sociology, like reading books. Like I'm really on it about, like, I just want to talk to God clearer. Yeah. That's my goal. So if I could talk to him clearer, I could talk to everybody. So boom, like a lot of times I'd be like, you thought you slipped that one in there in the back. You thought you just put your hand right in my back and started puppeteering, huh? I'm like, no, I'm not taking. I will not receive that precognitive programming. I'll call it out. What are you talking about? Oh, I didn't know I was doing. No, I know, but
I honestly think that part of us as women is meant for nurturing children, to help show and guide. But we want to help show and guide in different areas. And so we look to the man and like, well, let me kind of do this because we all have it, whether we have kids or not. If you notice, we all have that way that if I could just do it this way and get him to do it, like, no, like that, if we learn who we are and what we have, we can better navigate life. And so, like you said, with communication and everything, like if we actually stop to think, be like, hey, what am I doing wrong? Did I say this wrong to him? Did he say something wrong to me? Like, what's going on? And again, it's all comes back to control. But it's every woman has that way, and I hate to call it manipulation, but it is. Everything is manipulated, whether it's a good manipulation or bad. Spirituality, politics, anything. It's just the way you believe something. So if it can be manipulated to either end, that is the goal. It's like, okay, I need you to believe I'm a good person. So I'm going to manipulate you to believe I'm a good person. Now, I can do that one or two ways. I can tell you, I can show you. So.
Nah, for sure. I feel like action follows word.
Yeah.
So if you're doing an action before the word comes in, you're moving too fast.
Yeah.
In certain cases.
Yeah,
sometimes
for sure.
it may be just under leadership, like under spiritual leadership or authority. Like if God tell you to do something and don't say nothing, then you doing your thing.
Oh yeah.
But if you do something and don't say nothing to your partner, that's not proper communication.
For sure.
And you in violation within your own bubble.
Right.
So it's not like for everybody else to know, but it's between you and me though. Y'all, you was moving a little too fast. And I'm such a upfront person. You could literally be like, yo, that's not gonna work. Like I could be like, yo, listen to this real quick. And you'll be like, I don't like this about it. I don't like that about it. What I ask personally is don't tell me what's wrong without suggesting. Without suggesting the newness of whatever. And you got to also know who to like discern what with. So when you with somebody, because we talking about relationships. Everything got to get put on the table. Even the hard joints. Even the stuff that's like, I know this triggers him and he said this is when he got low self-esteem. You still got to be like, babe, can I just say, look, you got to hear my heart. 1 + 2 = 3 every time. And me personally, I'm going to be like, damn, you're right. All right, how do I approach this? Like, what do you see? Like, I'm there for that. So I'm good for that, knowing that now that's a strong suit that I've grown into. I wasn't even like that. Like I wasn't like that the whole time. There was things I didn't say. So now I know like I gotta start saying certain things. And I started. So like I'm like, oh, get our muscle up. And communication is like foundation.
Absolutely. Okay, so the last one, I always kind of do something fun. So what I have for you is Arnstar All Out. So what I want you to do is improv, do some bars, do something with the elements, the 4 elements: wind, water, air, fire. You can rap, you can do whatever, you can make a poem, whatever you want to do with the 4 elements in like 60 seconds or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I wish I would have known. I would have probably prepared a beat or something. All right, so I'll freestyle off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it in poetry form since I'm always rapping. I'll do something. The elements, let's see. Let's start with water. What I think of is how 71% of our bodies crystallize at an emotion, which stems from a thought, which takes you into a past experience or a future imagination. So either way, your energy is flowing between what has been or what is to come. But in the present moment, Bruce Lee already reminded us what to do, and that is to be water, my friend. Or what about its so-called arch nemesis, the flame, the fire, the heat? You don't want the smoke, but you do love your mama's cooking. So when that stove turn on and that pot get hot and that olive oil hit the pan, because we ain't doing butter no more, we are vegan. It's a new vegan name. You feel me? It gets real hot when you're out of the frying pan. But just know that when the heat turn up and your temperature goes beyond 98.6, you in that zone. You in that LeBron in mid-air, arm cocked back, knowing that you about to slam dunk it because it's 2022. And you've prepared all the years before. You've taken the steps. So that's where it's at. Remain fire. Stay grounded like the earth. Plant your seeds. Grow your need. Always recognize where the fertilization is at. Don't put your seed in a space that it can't grow. Don't put your energy in places where people don't show the reciprocity back. Make it so that you take it where you gotta grow. Stay growing. And as far as the air, keep your ears open. Stay flowing like the wind, like the water reminded you, but now it's just evaporated and it's clear through the communication, through the air, through the sound, through the vibration, through the wave. I don't know if that's 60 seconds, but that's 4 elements for you. You dig? Be the 5th one and activate them all through the ethers of your mind and soul. Star.
Hey, that was good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you so much for stopping by All Out Necessity. You know, anytime you come, you got a place here. So thank you. Many blessings on everything you have going on, everything coming up, the announcements. I can't wait to hear them. And yeah, just keep growing and elevating and shining so bright.
I appreciate you. I look at you as a reflected light. You've always been in your element since I met you. You've been about your business, your word, your wisdom, your movement. So I support you 1,000. I definitely had to fly out to come and be in person. Couldn't have it no other way. And I'm more than happy to come back when it's time. And we here. We're going to continue building up. They're going to see what's happening. We all out.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right, you guys, remember always Mondays, 8 p.m., All Out Necessity. I'll be back next.
Thanks for listening to the episode. And although we would love to sit and chop it up with every one of y'all, we know that's impossible. That's why we would like for you to sign up and join our community so you can be a part of all our upcoming events before everyone else gets a chance. You can reach us on Instagram at All Out Necessity or hit us up on the website at www.alloutnecessity.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.